with a video. I think kids might really like it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Kids might like it. Now, after seeing the video, you need to tell me what exactly did you understand?
Video
Not coming. Oh, sorry. I'm busy running in this video. Okay. Did you like it? It's not AI generated. It's real. Okay. So what did you understand? Why I have shown this video? Why I have shown this video? Huh? Friendship Day. God will come in any form. Hare Krishna, Sita Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Chalo tarata.
To treat everyone with respect. To you never know, like no, Bhagwan is
Okay.
रूप में आपका टेस्ट क्लियर है.
Okay.
Am I correct or not?
Friendship Day. Okay. I got one answer. Friendship Day and your answer. Yes.
Not that we're taking test of you.
What is it? Anyway. Tell me. They are helping each other. Okay. That's it. Any other conclusions? Why in Bhagavadgita 2nd chapter in the beginning I have shown this video? Second chapter only. Why I have shown this video?
If you have that.
No one will rescue and all the times.
No one can rescue all the times. That's what you have learned from that. But it got rescued, no? Someone will rescue. Okay. Tell me.
Lord could not come every time to rescue his people, so he comes in a variety form or he sends his people.
So he might come in Narsimha avatar, he might come in giraffe form also. Right? That's good. That's right. But yeah, the point what I'm trying to make here is, you know, Prabhuji, key, can you take it out?
Immediately.
So the point what I'm trying to make it here is, Arjuna by this time, I think he was in what mood? By the end of 5th shloka, 2nd chapter, what mood he was in?
Run away from the battlefield.
Yeah, almost run away from the battle. He was in anxiety. He was in indecision. He was not able to decide what I have to do from this point, and totally confused. And you know, it was completely. He doesn't know whether I have to win or I had to be won by others or opposite party. He was in a complete. And do you know who is Arjuna? What is the highest college or what kind of highest university or college is there in India? What can you think of? IIT. Yes. ISB. And IIT, ISB and IIM. Yes. IISC. Yes. Bangalore, Karnataka. You will feel otherwise.
WKU.
I never heard.
Wife's knowledge university.
Okay, Wife's knowledge university. Okay, fine. So there are so many big colleges which we can think of, but you need to understand Arjuna is a caliber of a personality where he got the degrees from other planets. He got weapons from other planets. Lord Shiva himself has given weapons. So you need to understand what kind of a caliber or what kind of a personality Arjuna is. So that kind of a person also can get perplexed. That kind of a person also get confused. That kind of a person also can get into indecision. That kind of a person also can get tears. So we need to understand that point. So Arjuna of that personality himself, he can get indecision mode. What हम किस खेत के मूली हैं? That's the point. So when he is in that indecision and when he is in that prayerful mood that I need help, and Arjuna is seeking help means obviously we need his help. I think everyone in this, whoever is there, even from kids, they might be in a situation where some indecision would be there, right? So why I have shown this video? Of course, he was praying for some. Arjuna was praying for some inputs, some valuable inputs. So similarly, I don't know whether monkey was praying or not, but monkey got a help in the form of giraffe. But when with a sincere mood, when we look for solutions, actually sometimes we land up in a situation where Paramatma's voice we would not be in a situation to hear. In everyone Paramatma is there. Surely everyone in everyone Paramatma is there, but sometimes Paramatma's voice is not heard by us. We are not in a situation to, we are not able to tune our frequency to Paramatma's frequency to hear what exactly he is trying to say. Then we need whom? Guru. That's why Guru is very important. That's what we are trying to convey. So why this example? Why this video? Of course, whether the monkey is praying or not, but he was in a very dangerous situation, right? But Lord, as I think Manaswini was saying, Lord sometimes, all the times, there is no need for him to come. He might be sending people in different forms. So we need to understand. So we are in a company of Vaishnavas, we are in the company of devotees. So we don't know from where we can get help. But we should never leave the association of devotees. Okay? So when something is not able to, you are not able to make a decision, then please take the association of devotees or approach your whoever you consider Guru, who is in disciplinic succession. Try to take the help from Gurus who are in disciplinic succession. Okay? Yeah. So that's the point. So with that point, we will try to start our 2.6 shloka. Yeah. Please, Mehak Mataji, please go ahead. Wonderful. Good, yeah. That's very nice, it's a big meter, but I think she has sung very well. But let us, though we can't sing as perfectly as Mehak, but let us try to make an attempt. Let us try to do it together. Okay? न चैतद्विद्मः कतरं न गरियो यद्वा जयेमा यदि वा न जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामस्सु तैव स्थिताः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्रः. Actually, yes. So now, who is quoting this shloka? Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we killed the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield. So this shloka is quoted by Arjuna. Okay? So Arjuna is quoting this dialogue. So though he knows scriptures, actually Arjuna is, you can call him Rajarshi. He knows scriptures. He knows rituals. He has complete knowledge of Shastras, but still he is not able to know that who is going to harm anyone. Still he is not able to take a decision. So that's what he is trying to tell. And when your intelligence stops functioning, you are not able to make any decision. Confused completely. And as I said, even Paramatma's voice also you can't hear. Yes, right. Have you not fallen into that situation? Though I think a lot of us might be knowing that God is there within us, but still sometimes we take wrong decisions. Why we are not able to? Many times. But Paramatma is there. Paramatma is there, but why we are not able to catch his voice?
Overpowered by mind.
Ego, yes, ego, lust, anger, greed.
All those snakes surrounding the pure pious Atma, we are not unable to break through. Like,
Yes. Yes.
all those
See, Prabhu,
inside.
even the spiritual sessions, whatever we are doing, right? In the last minimum 7 to 8 years of journey, if you do this kind of satsangs in a community like this residential communities where big flats are there, the number of devotees coming is one number. If you go to villas, the population decreases. See, if you go to villas and try to conduct, it will be almost 10% of the total here. But if you go to the middle class families, the strength would be more. Why I am quoting this?
Because middle class families face more challenges and they need more help from the God.
God. That's also one answer, right?
Actually, I was hearing
That's a very practical answer. Really, you have good future, Riyan Beta.
Prabhu, Riyan Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhu. Riyan Prabhu. Sorry.
I was hearing one lecture where Narad Muni speaks about which are the ones which are actually going to constrain us or the blockers of bhakti.
Yes.
So he was giving different examples, but the biggest one he says is the dhan. More the money you have,
The
you
less
are
the-
not interested in thinking about Krishna. Yes,
Yes.
I already have enough. Why should I worry about
Yes.
those things? Yeah.
Unfortunate thing, Prabhu, I have given one session in what is that county? Bloomfield Villas. I think a couple of our devotees were also there. Bloomfield Villas. I asked one girl, she's a teenager. Do you know who is Arjuna? Don't know. Do you know who is Krishna? I don't know.
Huh?
Yes. Hindu. They have come from America and they have been staying in India for the last 5 years.
How old is she?
It's not this session is not to tell that they are bad or they are negative, but that is the situation. That is the situation. It is personal. Just a couple of months back, I have faced this. So, as Prabhuji rightly mentioned, when the richness increases, obviously it decreases. It's very rarely to see. When I am very glad to see that this many devotees are coming in Aparna Sarovar Zenith.
We also belong to same middle class.
We only look upper class.
Okay, so we need to understand that we need to know the frequency of deciphering the code of the Lord. In every problem, actually, Lord gives the solution. But we are not in a situation to decipher the code of what Lord is trying to say. So that's where when you are not able to decipher, you need a guru. You need a guru who is in disciplinic succession, who is in parampara. That's what we need to understand. Okay. So that's where we need the spiritual master. So now going with let us go with the now there is a confusion. So what is the confusion? Let us go ahead with the so let us see the confusion. Now Arjuna was having a confusion of what? Whether fight or not to fight. Right? If you fight, what are the things happen? Either you will win or you will lose. Right? If I win, I will have the kingdom. If I lose, I'll die. And if I am not fighting, I am ready to beg also, he says. Right? Win, lose, beg. Now in begging also, how long a begging can he do? In the moment of emotion, he might have said, I am ready to even beg also. But can Kshatriya beg? And even if he begs, how long he can beg? No, it's a very practical question, bro. It's a very practical question actually. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, is it on?
Yeah, it is on.
Are you sure? Now it is on, huh?
No, it's on.
It's on only. Am I audible? No, right?
Keep mic down. Slightly down.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
It's fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm not seeing red light. Red light should come.
Yeah, red light
It's
is
coming,
there.
right? Coming. Okay, fine.
In that angle.
Okay, fine. So if he begs, but how long he can beg? So if I fight, result is uncertain whether I will win or I will lose. And if he wins, he'll get a kingdom. But if he lose, he will be killed. Right? So that's the dilemma. That's the confusion what Arjuna had. Now, what is the solution? So what to do at that situation? We need to surrender. Surrender to whom? God. Seriously, Prabhuji and Madhajis, if you surrender wholeheartedly if you surrender, God gives a solution. But if you are not able to decipher the God's words, then you need a guru to understand. Surely you need a guru to understand. Okay? Now,
Yashoda Mata, so long she was trying to, I will tie him. She was unable to tie Lord Krishna. So then she said, Krishna, मैं तो थक गई. तेरे को कैसे बांधूं?
yeah.
तू ही कुछ बता दे. Then she-
Yeah. Actually, that's a also surrender, but that's a leela where he wanted to encourage or he wanted to give the taste, rasa to devotees also. So always we can't compare Yashoda Maya with
Yes.
this surrender. It's a more like a pastime or more like a increasing the rasa.
Yeah.
So purport by his divine grace, Srila
Not a
Prabhupada, he.
perfect example.
Yeah.
Not a perfect example.
Yeah. So Arjuna did not know whether he should fight and risk unnecessary violence, although fighting is the duty of the Kshatriya, or whether he should refrain and live by begging. If he did not conquer the enemy, begging would be his only means of subsistence. Nor was there a certainty of victory, because either side might emerge victorious. Even if victory awaited them and their cause was justified, still, if the sons of Dhritarashtra died in the battle, it would be very difficult to live in their absence. Under the circumstances, that would be another kind of a defeat for them. All these considerations by Arjuna definitely proved that not only was he a great devotee of the Lord, but he was also a highly enlightened and had complete control over his mind and senses. His desire to live by begging, although he was born in the royal household, is another sign of detachment. He was truly virtuous, as these qualities combined with his faith in the words of instruction of Sri Krishna, his spiritual master, indicate. It is concluded that Arjuna was quite fit for liberation. Unless the senses are controlled, there is no chance of elevation to the platform of knowledge, and without knowledge and devotion, there is no chance of liberation. Arjuna was competent in all these attributes, over and above his enormous attributes in his material relationships. So that's what he is trying to quote. Now let's move to 2.7. Before we go to 2.7, there are some additional explanations for Parampara. Arjuna is confused and indecisive based on the following aspects. If he fights, he may win. Still, he will not be able to enjoy without his relatives. He may not emerge victorious in spite of so much bloodshed. No enjoyment guaranteed. If he does not fight, begging will be his only means of subsistence. For a Kshatriya, it is very difficult and therefore no enjoyment. Arjuna's condition in 2.4 to 2.6 illustrates the result of selfish consciousness, frustration, and inability to reach sound consciousness. Arjuna was using Dhritarashtra names again and again as he had a better past relationship with him as his uncle as compared to Duryodhana. Until Duryodhana grew, Dhritarashtra was not as bad person. You're understanding? Are you understanding what is being quoted?
So Prabhuji, over here, why does it say selfish consciousness?
Selfish consciousness,
Is it
because
he's only thinking about himself?
yes, because why it is selfish consciousness, Prabhu? Since you brought the topic, I was about to cover in the upcoming slides. I think I quoted one message in the last couple of days where I said that if you have 1 crore rupees, and if you are not spending it effectively, what is the use of that 1 crore? Hey, I'm rich. Hey, I am rich. And you are not giving it to your sons, you are not giving it to your daughter, you are not giving it to your wife, and you are not spending it effectively, or at least you are not even doing any philanthropy. If you are not doing any philanthropy, maybe somehow I feel that I am not getting this mic.
Coming and going. It's coming and going.
Is it properly?
बंद हो गया.
No, that's what. You need to on this. No, that is right. Bro.
Now
That
you
is,
can.
oh, that is not properly placed. Huh? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Probably increase the volume also a little bit. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So yeah, coming to this question. So 1 crore rupees if you have, and if you are not spending it effectively, or anywhere you are spending and simply dappu kotting, saying that I have money, I am rich. Oh wow, I'm very rich. There is no use, right? So what do you call them? What do you call that kind of personalities? Lobi. In Telugu? Pisinari. Hindi? Kanjus, right? Yes. So why that particular aspect, Prabhu? Because you got a human body. You got a human body which is very rare to get, and you are not leveraging that human body what it is meant to be used for. You got a human body luckily, and it is meant to do something important apart from saving your relatives or your sons or your family members. There is more important purpose for the human body what you got. That's why we are using the word krapana. Why? Because you very rarely you got a human opportunity, and you are worrying about my mama, my uncle. Are they equally worrying about you? They are not worrying, right? They wanted war. Why are you worrying? So that's why Srila Prabhupada very strongly says it's a skin disease. It might be very offensive for some devotees, but Srila Prabhupada very strongly quotes that it is a skin disease. This janma only your son and daughter. Next janma who we don't know. So kindly work for what is correct, what is dharma. Don't worry about mama, chacha and all. Are Dhritarashtra worrying? अरे ये मेरा brother का बेटा है. Are you easy worrying? No. That's why that was quoted. Is it clear, Prabhu? Sanjeev Prabhu? His concentration is there. Okay. So that's why. Okay. Additional examples. From a material perspective, it's a lose-lose situation. From a spiritual perspective, it's a win-win situation. Why it is a lose-lose situation? It is a lose-lose situation from a material perspective because if he wins, he is losing all his relatives with whom he will enjoy. If he loses, he is gone. From a material perspective, it's a lose-lose. If he wins, also lose. If he loses, also lose. From a material perspective, right? Now, let me give a very crude example. One guy is preparing for a IIT. Now, it's a live example actually. Practically, it has happened. In this voice is somehow fluctuating anyway. So this thing is one intermediate studying kid. He was preparing for IIT, and he could not crack IIT. But he joined other college, and he has grown to very good position, and his classmates who cracked IIT and they could do IIT, but financially this person only settled well. But the IIT fellow, he was not settled well. He got good offers, but later his job lost and a lot of things happened. So now at that juncture, how from a middle perspective, it's a loss for him, right? Who has not cracked. Parents have spent lakhs of rupees on him, but he could not crack IIT. It's a loss for him from middle perspective. But from a spiritual perspective, probably Krishna was thinking very good future for him, and he felt that it is not good for him. So that's the point he's trying to say. From middle perspective, for Arjuna's situation is a lose-lose situation. From a spiritual perspective, why it is a win-win situation? Because he wins the war, he's established dharma, and whole legacy is there, or whole future is there to remember him as a great warrior who has been instrument in the Lord's plan to establish dharma. That is a win situation. And even if he loses, He's going to have to higher planets. Even if his body dies, but he'll be going to higher planets.
He lost for dharma.
Yes,
only.
so that's the reason why. So from a spiritual perspective, it's a win-win situation, and as it includes serving the order of the Lord, unguided human intelligence will always get stuck at some point, no matter how much learned we are. Make a note, Prabhuji and Madhujis, especially for our kids. At some point or other, being in this material world, dukkhalayam, everyone is going to face the problem. But we need to understand to surrender to the Lord at some point. Okay? Way to avoid losing is by rising, which means rising to the higher levels of consideration, which is exactly what Bhagavadgita will do. In order to take guidance from the spiritual master, we have to also organize our situation and reveal our heart completely without any duplicity, just like a patient reveals all his medical situation to the doctor. Hare Krishna. One boy, yesterday, just 2 days back, we have conducted, we are changing the insurance vendor for our company. Now, currently we are having ICICI as a vendor, and we are trying to move to Kotak. And for conducting that Kotak insurance movement, we were trying to conduct a session. So we conducted a session from a Kotak on the floor, or what are the advantages what Kotak insurance is providing. Now, after giving the session, I was telling, okay, if anyone has a personal this thing, they can come to me for the next 15 minutes. They will be staying in my cabin. They can come personally and meet the insurance vendor. Then after 15 minutes, myself, my HR manager Natasha, and this Kotak people were there. So one by one, couple of employees were coming and asking some personal questions. Then one associate came and he was hesitating to ask. Then he did Kanusaiga. He told like that to me. So I understood that HR manager Natasha is there, so he's not comfortable talking in front of her. So I told her, Natasha, please go out for some time. Then he was telling about piles problem what he was having. He could reveal that in front of the doctor or in front of the insurance people, because that is important, right? So we need to reveal. That's the point he's trying to say here. Just like a patient reveals all his medical situation to the doctor, there we can't hide anything. If you hide, it is not serving his purpose. Emotional distance between us and the problem is created by spiritual knowledge. This distance makes us think and take the right decision to solve the problem rather than sitting and crying about the problem. Clear, right? Yeah. Next is 2.7. Yeah. It's a very, very famous shloka. Anyone wants to read? Let us do it together, okay? Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava prachami tvam dharma samudha cheta yashresham bruni tanme shishyasya sadhimam tvam prapannam. Haribol. So this is the point where he surrenders to Krishna. So I don't know what my dharma in this situation and what has overtook me. So here he is asking for help. So now translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. Please instruct me. That's what Arjuna requests. So what has overcome me? Miserly weakness. Miserly weakness, that is called kripana. That's what I was telling about. Here he told kripana. Kripana means of miserly weakness is mentioned here. So that miserly weakness is nothing but this indecision. Now tell me, what is the weakness he is talking about here? What is the weakness what Arjuna is talking about here? Question to everyone. You understood the translation, right? I lost all composure because of miserly weakness. Now what is the miserly weakness Arjuna is talking about?
Weakness of our mind.
Huh?
Internal
Attachment to his family. Okay.
Weakness of
No.
mind.
Weakness of the mind. Okay.
Weakness of not being able to take the decision that he has to kill his own people.
Yes. Yes. That is the weakness he is talking about. Because I know I am a Kshatriya. And I'm expected to fight, but I'm not in a position to fight. I'm not able to take a decision to fight. That particular turmoil happening within me, where I'm not able to take a decision to fight, that is the weakness what he is referring to. Okay, that is the weakness what he is referring to. Adharma, yes. The indecision. Now, since Vishweshwar Prabhu has brought this topic, Dharma, what is he giving priority to? Because Arjuna is a learned scholar, right? Now, why is he is having that indecision? Because as per Ardhashastra, he is supposed to kill them. He is supposed to kill the aggressors as per the Ardhashastra. But as per the Dharma Shastra, you are supposed to respect your elders. That is the dilemma he has. But, of course, in the upcoming slides, Krishna will talk about it. I don't want to reveal right away. So that is the strength not able to fight, and I am becoming a weak-minded person, then that's my weakness. So Krishna is saying, for this particular ambiguity, Arjuna, I think you need a scholar, or you need a guru. I am your friend, how can I tell you? Am I right? I am your friend. I think for this particular dilemma, you need a guru to answer. I am not your guru. You are my friend only. Am I right? Till that point, he was a friend. They were friends. How much friends? They used to sleep together sometimes. Huh? Friends together. He used to kick with his left leg to take this direction. He used to kick. Arjuna used to kick Krishna to show the direction in the war. So that friendly, this thing was there. So Krishna is trying to say, I think you are in a dilemma, but I think you need a guru. Why are you asking me? You ask for guru, no? Like that he is asking. But this is the point. Where, he is saying, I am your friend. I am not your friend anymore. You are my guru. I am a surrender, your disciple. Please accept me as your disciple and please tell. Right? Now kids might, we know sometimes kids might be doing something wrong. But some parents, they allow, okay, you do wrong. We know, we want them to not to do this thing. But for make them learn properly, we ask them to do it. And we know that he will fail and he will get hurt. But still we allow. After hurting, then they come back. Example, I think already I quoted this example. Hero Ranger cycle. I already quoted, right? At that time, 1987, 88, 89, Hero Ranger cycle was a fashion. Straight handle, going like a hero and all. So, hero, looking like a hero. My dad used to tell. DSA SLR cycle is good because it is a thin tires, very sleek tires. There won't be much pressure for you to drive. But Hero Ranger cycle tires are very fat. You have to apply more pressure, you will be tired. No, daddy, I need it. And after 1 or 2 days, all the hangama, moju and all agree over. First 1-2 days को थोड़ा impression जमाया friends के सामने वगैरह. And 1-2 days होने के बाद, 1 week, 10 days होने के बाद, it was really very tiresome. Because I need to get onto a bridge and get down, right? So that was very tiresome. So what dad told me was right. We sold it in the second hand and got a base SLR. So similarly, Krishna is trying to say that, you need a guru. I know you are in a dilemma, you need a guru, but I am your friend, how can I guide you? But then, at that moment, he surrenders. No, Krishna, I am your disciple. I am your disciple. Please accept me as your disciple and please guide me on this, please. करके बोलते हैं. Middle of the session. Fine. That's okay.
It was a very exciting session.
So
you brought everybody back to order.
No. Okay, so that's the point. What he is trying to, Krishna is trying to say that Arjuna is trying to say that I am not your friend anymore, and please instruct me and accept me as your disciple. That's what he says. Now, going back to purport. It's pretty big purport because it's a very important purport. Anyway, still time is going, but we will, as we complete, we will try to do it. Okay, Abhimataji, please read the first paragraph. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Yes.
By nature's own way, the complete system of material activities is a source of perplexity for everyone. In every step there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master who can give one proper guidance for executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from perplexities of life which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place, and we become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve perplexities of life and to understand the science of solution, one must approach a spiritual master who is in the disciplic succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not therefore remain in material perplexities, but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this course.
Yes. Ashok Prabhu, next paragraph, please.
Who is the main in material
కనపడుతుందా ప్రభు?
It is he who does not understand the problems of life. In the
బృహద్ అరణ్యక ఉపనిషత్.
in the Bhagavadgita Upanishad, the perplexed man is described as follows:
యోవవేతద్ అక్షరం గార్గి అవిదిత్స్వస్మ లోకాత్ ప్రైతి స కృపణః.
is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human, and who thus eats the world like the cats and dogs, without understanding the science of self-realization. This human form of life is most valuable except for the living beings, who can utilize it for solving the problem of life. Therefore, one who does not utilize this opportunity properly is a miser. On the other hand, there is a Brahmana, or he who is intelligent enough to utilize his body to solve all the problems of life. Yeah, either Aksharam, Shloka, Pratiksha, Brahmana.
Yes. Praiti sa brahmana. Yes. Okay. The Kripanas or miserly persons waste their time in being overly affectionate for family, society, country, etc. In the material conception of life, one is often attached to family life, namely to wife, children, and other members on the basis of skin disease. The Kripana thinks that he is able to protect his family members from death, or the Kripana thinks that his family or society can save him from the verge of death. Such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals who take care of children also. Being intelligent, Arjuna could understand that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from death were the cause of his perplexities. Although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him, still, on account of miserly weakness, he could not discharge the duties. He is therefore asking Lord Krishna, the supreme spiritual master, to make a definite solution. He offers himself to Krishna as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks. Talks between the master and the disciple are very serious. And now Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master. Krishna is therefore the original spiritual master of the science of Bhagavadgita. And Arjuna is the first disciple for understanding the Gita. How Arjuna understands the Bhagavad Gita is stated in the Gita itself. And yet foolish mundane scholars explain that one need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within Krishna. There is no difference between Krishna within and without. And one who has no sense of this understanding is the greatest fool in trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhuji said, Matajis, try to understand that Bhagavad Gita, whatever classes every Saturday we are having, it is not a spiritual entertainment. It is a very serious subject matter we are discussing. Sometimes when we are trying to bring the concept of Bhagavad Gita, we try to add live examples or practical examples which can correlate to them. But it is not to dilute the message of Bhagavad Gita. Because it's a serious matter. For 1.5 hours what Krishna has discussed with Arjuna. But this 1.5 hour matter we are trying to discuss for almost months. So at any moment, though there might be some examples which might be quoting, which might evoke laughter within you, but it is a very, very serious subject matter what you need to understand with a perfect mind. Okay?
Yeah. The meaning of, I was trying to think on that meaning. There's no difference between Krishna within and without.
Yes,
The one
because
within and the universal Krishna
since
is the same.
you brought this topic, there was our previous past president or prime minister, Radha Krishnan. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Yes. He quoted this dialogue. So referring to him, Srila Prabhupada quoted in a lecture in UK, where all these dialogues are right. How Arjuna understands Bhagavad Gita is stated in the Gita itself, and yet foolish mundane scholars is referred to. See, he might be a very great person materially or knowledge wise, but he is referring to him here. Since you are asking, I am telling. Foolish mundane scholars explain that one need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within Krishna. Krishna himself is saying, I am unborn. And there is no difference between Krishna's within and without. And one who has no sense of this understanding is the greatest fool in trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. So we should surrender to person Krishna, not unborn Brahmana, Brahman and all. There are a lot of people they propagate. They might be, these are all called Mayavadis. One sect of Mayavadis say that there is no need to submit to Krishna, but unborn within Krishna we need to submit and all. No, Krishna himself is saying, surrender to me as a person. So here Srila Prabhupada is referring to him, though he has not mentioned the name. Now it is getting recorded.
Because like he said, like each individual has his path of divine. Is that the statement that is written here or something?
Prabhuji, each and every individual has a Paramatma within him.
That's what he told.
Paramatma is there in every soul. But now, what he is saying, foolish mundane scholar explain that one need not submit to Krishna, but we are saying that Paramatma which is there in us is Krishna himself.
It's the same thing, right? Each individual has his path of divine in everybody's.
Everybody, Krishna is there.
Told.
That
is correct. That statement is correct, right? Even we are also saying.
No, that's what mundane scholars, what they are saying, no need to submit to Krishna.
Did he say that?
Yes, he said. That's why he quoted, because at the same time it was quoted, because he also, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan also has written a Bhagavad Gita, his realizations, one book, at that time only.
He's written Mahabharata also is written.
Yes, so that's what. So at the same time the book was released, so he quoted this. Srila Prabhupada, to negate that, he quoted this. Okay?
But isn't this saying that you don't have to surrender as a person to a idol called
Yes,
Krishna,
yes.
but you need to surrender to a Krishna who's within you, who's an unborn.
But that is not the meaning what he is coming. If you read that book, you will understand.
That's it.
You will understand. He is not referring to surrender to a Krishna as a person. He is asking to surrender to some other entity who is out of Krishna. One need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within. There is no unborn within Krishna. Everything is born from Krishna. Krishna is not born from anyone. That we need to understand. A lot of Devi Upasakas, they say Krishna is born from Devi Bhagavat. No.
In 18th chapter, Krishna tells you surrender me for any cause.
Yes.
18th chapter.
What did he say?
Surrender to me.
Surrender to me. Yes, that's right. Surrender to me as a person. He never said surrender to my energy which is unborn. You surrender to them. No, he didn't say that. Okay. Next, additional examples from Parampara. The purport of the verse is approach a bona fide spiritual master, one in a bona fide parampara, to come out of the middle perplexities and for proper guidance to execute the purpose of life. A person who is a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. Thus, one should not remain in middle perplexities but approach a spiritual master. Analogy: material Material perplexity and forest fire both happens without desire and without said by anyone. So here material perplexity is compared to forest fire. Why?
We won't know when we will have that
Yes.
consciousness.
Yeah, that is the reason.
But
Okay.
sorry, on the same line,
Hmm.
both happen without desire.
Huh.
Perplexity is happening because of the desire. Right?
No.
This
We
case,
without
the
desire
Arjuna-
also happen. With the desire also it can happen. With desire also it can happen, Prabhu.
Correct, that's what I'm saying. So in this case, when you see, when you compare it with Arjuna's current situation, he is perplexed because his desire is, it is my family. How can I kill my own family? So therefore, his perplexity is caused because of the desire which he is having, saying it is my family. Right?
Okay.
So, but then this statement which it says, both happen without a desire and without being said by anyone.
Okay.
Without being said by anyone is still fine, but it is desire only.
It is desire.
So why is it saying without desire?
Prabhuji, for example, without desire. Now, a person who is there are so many even Mayavadis also who propagate saying that we should not have any desire. But not having a desire, but we should always have a spiritual desire. Spiritual desire we should have, but not having a desire, in what sense he is trying to make? In what sense he is trying to say that I should not have a desire? Because spiritual people, spiritual persons or spiritualists or devotees, they have a desire. They have a desire. Not having a desire is also a not leading to the ultimate goal. Not having a desire also not leading to the ultimate goal.
Here, four are there, no dharma, artha, kama, moksha. This kama is to be for moksha. It should be done like that only. Kama is not for eating anything and having I have wealth and other things. That kama is for moksha. Artha is for dharma.
Yes.
That is why this artha and kama are in between the dharma and moksha.
Anyway, it's a very elaborate subject, Prabhu. We will discuss in detail probably. But not having a desire is not a. Most of the philosophies they say, Prabhu, that we should not have any desire. But spiritualists or devotees say we should have a desire. We should have a desire to serve Krishna. We should have a desire to serve Krishna's devotees. Desire should be there. Okay. Brother Arnika, it depends such as a perplexed person. Already we discussed. Definition of a miser already we discussed. One who does not utilize the most valuable asset of a already we discussed things that I can protect and save the this is the things most of us we have. I can protect and save the family members from death. Things that the family can save me. Already I discussed last time. Most absolute shocker of a life you will get when your kids, for whom you all life you saved, you whatever you could do you did, and at one stage they say they reject you outright rejection. When you do, that is the shocker of your life actually. So it doesn't mean that you should not take care of your kids, but at some point we should have that. So the family can save me. Quits life like a cats and dogs without understanding self-realization. Prabhujis and Mataji's. What are the important things common between animals and humans? What they do? 4 things I think already everyone knows. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending. Everyone does. Yes or no? Probably eating, we go to posh restaurants, we go to Swagat. Sometimes my kids ask, not Swagat, daddy, will go to Satwa, costlier restaurant. Sometimes we go to Marriott, daddy, Marriott jayenge. But the level of quality of all these things is different. Eating, but even the pig in the gutter also might be telling its kid, right? Wow, wonderful. I think I told this joke, I believe. What is that? This one is one piglet and pig, mother piglet and pig, piglet and mother pig. They are discussing. Mummy, piglet is saying, mother pig saying that, Mummy, it's very tasty. It's very tasty. We are eating the waste of humans. It's very tasty. But we eat the waste of humans. Who will eat our waste? Then mother pig says, Chichi, alanti paadu maatlu maatladoddu. Gandi baat mat karo. करके मदर पिग बोलती है. So we need to understand that quality of eating is different. And sleeping, humans sleep and animals. Have you seen any construction site a pig sleeping? Something like it. No, have you seen any time a dog tongue coming out and sleeping? Wonderful sight, no? Without any tension. Defending, no need to talk about defending. Even a hen defend. Have you seen? I was seeing one video actually. Hen was fighting with dog, and dog got afraid and went back for defending its kid. Mating, I think there is no need to ask. Every different thing. So we need to understand that quits without self-realization. So only difference between animals and humans is humans have a capacity of realizing and not taking birth again. That's what we need to understand. Setting the mood of understanding the knowledge of Bhagavad-Gita, Arjuna versus mundane scholar. Correct mood. Arjuna stops friendship and surrender to Krishna as the first disciple of Bhagavad-Gita. Incorrect mood. Mundane scholar. They say that there is no need to submit to Krishna but to unborn with Krishna. Therefore, he is called the greatest fool with respect to understanding the Bhagavad-Gita. Why do some questions but not follow? Why do some ask questions but not follow? Because they just want to show off to the people around that they are more participative than everyone else. Yes or no? Hey, I also asked one question. See, how scholarly I am. They want to test or ridicule the speaker. They don't have any faith in what the speaker is saying. That was the faith what I was having when initially I joined the first SSR of my Shiksha Guru. Something kuch na bol ke, some nonsense questions I will ask and he will dandam. Next class no need to come, he will say I thought. But he never did that. He answered me patiently. They want to test or ridicule the speaker. They don't have any faith in what the speaker is saying. They are cursed to have non-scriptural approved conclusions, and they will not be able to listen to, even though they can listen physically. They just want guru for a show and just want to show off in social service. It has become a social phenomenon these days, right? I'm having a guru, Because in the social circles, in the page 3 circles, if you don't say that, they will not be accepted. If you are not going to kitty parties, you are like, you are a bhagi. हिंदी में बागी बोलते हैं हम लोग. बागी इंग्लिश में क्या? Outlaw. If you are not going to kitty parties, you are not eligible to meet people outside in rich circles. Yeah. So Arjuna tells Krishna, I assure you that I am your disciple, and from now on I will not refute your statement unnecessarily. Okay, so like this verse shows a momentous shift in the relationship between Arjuna and Lord Krishna. He convinces Lord Krishna that I will do what you want me to do after hearing your instructions. Qualities of a perfect disciple to hear Bhagavad Gita: admit that he needs help first. Admit, నాకు రోగం ఉందిరా బాబు, అర్థం చేసుకోండి, నాకు రోగం ఉందని ముందు తెలియాలి. मेरे को रोग है, मुझे हेल्प चाहिए, पहले मुझे, you should accept that. I am dull fellow, I need help. You should tell your teacher. But if you are not accepting that I am dull, what teacher can help? He can't know at what level you are in. Today I took my daughter and went to one tuition master. Right now she is in final year, and she is preparing for CUT post graduation, but mathematics and analytical ability and all, she is very weak. So she told, Daddy, when you are telling him, don't give an impression that I am very dullard in mathematics. At least you first tell that I am a scholarship holder. I got 75% scholarship. थोड़ा बहुत बड़ा चढ़ा के चढ़ा हो, ताकि he should not feel that he is completely negative in maths. So again I told, sir, she is good student. She is a 70% scholarship holder. She is a class topper and all, but she is weak in this thing. I told upon her request. So the point is, we should be very clear that reality should be there. Because if you know the situation, doctor can help. Sometimes liar they go. To lawyer they go, they will not give the entire, they will give a picture of, they are the suffered ones and the opposite person are the people who are committing crimes, and I am the only the innocent fellow whom is getting that kind of a treatment. Have you seen that? Liars, when they go for initial instance, they give their victim card. They play the victim card. Unnecessarily they did injustice to me and I am a victim card. But in front of liar we should give, in front of, they say no, liar, doctor and police, right? Liar, doctor only, yeah? 3 I think. Only 2 only? God, okay. For God only we are talking all this. For liar and doctor, we should tell clearly the picture. Depending on that, liar can prepare the things and doctor also can give the medicine. That's what he is trying to say. So, admit that he needs self-perception. See one state, self-criticism, be able to take critical stand on self-state. In two sense, this is out of the box thinking. Humility to seek help as against the egoistic state of self-sufficiency is the essential step to move forward. Finding the right person to ask help. Evaluate the guru's caliber just like asking doctor for options. Looking at long-term benefit and not short-term good. Okay? Application of the solutions given. Practical tips and guidance at each stage. 2.8. Now, 2.8, Krishna said, Krishna is trying to say, Krishna, what Krishna is trying to say? Krishna is trying to say that it's a passing movement and there is no need to worry. Whatever the commotion you are having within you, Arjuna, it is a passing movement. Our elders say, right, I know you are going through a tough time, it's just a moment, good time will come. Shitoshna Sukha Dukkada. They say it's a passing shower, it's a passing moment, please bear for some time, good time will come. And don't worry, and you fight, you win, and after that, it will be also happy and you will be living like demigods. If you are winning, you will be living like demigods. That's what Krishna is trying to say, and you will forget all this perplexity what you are going right now. What are the commotion in the heart it is going right now, you will all forget once you win the war. That's what he is trying to say. So, no, then Arjuna is saying, no, my problem is more serious. That's the point he is trying to convey here. So, yeah, let us try to read this together. Nahi prapischami mamapanudyat yachshokamuchhasanam indriyanam avapya bhumavasaptanam mridam rajyam suranam api chadyapathyam. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. So that's the point he is trying to make. Krishna is trying to say that I know you are in some commotion and you are in some disturbance, but when you win the war, this is a passing moment, Arjuna, please try to bear, and after you win the war, you will live like demigods. You will live like demigods. That's the reason he is saying, I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. That's the point he is trying to convey. Arjuna. But the mood of Krishna, why he is understanding the mood of Krishna, though Arjuna is saying, but why he is saying? Because Krishna is trying to convey that point. He might be having that thought process going within Krishna. He might say, Arjuna is thinking, he might think that Krishna might say, it's a passing shower, the point will go, and after you win the war, you might be living like a demigod. He might think, for that point also he is conveying right in front. Like this. Okay? Now, pretty big purport. Okay, let's try to read it. Where is Gangadhar Prabhu? Gangadhar Prabhu? Stepped out, okay. Pujita Mataji, please. First para, please.
Although Arjuna was putting forward so many arguments based on knowledge of the principles of religion and moral codes, it appears that he was unable to solve his real problem without the help of the spiritual master, Lord Sri Krishna. He could understand that his so-called knowledge was useless in driving away his problems, which were dying up his whole existence, and it was impossible for him to solve such perplexing
perplexities without the help of a spiritual master like Lord Krishna. Academic knowledge, scholarship, high position, etc. are all useless in solving the problems of life. Help can be given only by a spiritual master like Krishna. Therefore, the conclusion is that a spiritual master who is 100% Krishna conscious is the bona fide spiritual master, for he can solve the problems of life. Lord Chaitanya said that one who is a master is the science of Krishna consciousness, regardless of his social position, is the real spiritual master.
Yes. So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Kiva Vipra Kiva Nyasi Sudra Kena Naya, Ei Krishna Tattva Veta Sei Guru Haya. So it does not matter whether a person is Vipra, learned scholar in Vedic wisdom, or is born in a lower family, or is in the renounced order of life. If he is a master in the science of Krishna, he is the perfect and bona fide spiritual master. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 8th chapter, 128th shloka. So without being a master in science of Krishna consciousness, no one is a bona fide spiritual master. It is also said in the Vedic literature, Sat Karma Nipuno Vipro, Mantra Tantra Visharadaha, Avaishnavo Gurur Na Syat, Vaishnava Swapacha Guruhu. A scholarly Brahmana expert in all subjects of Vedic knowledge is unfit to become spiritual master without being a Vaishnava or expert in the science of Krishna consciousness. But a person born in a family of a lower caste can become a spiritual master if he is a Vaishnava or a Krishna conscious. It is said in Padma Purana. The problems of material existence, that is birth, old age, disease and death, cannot be counteracted by accumulation of wealth and economic development. In many parts of the world, there are states which are replete with all facilities of life, which are full of wealth and economically developed, yet the problems of material existence are still present. They are seeking peace in different ways, but they can achieve real happiness only if they consult Krishna or the Bhagavadgita and Srimad Bhagavatam, which constitute the science of Krishna. Though through the bona fide representative of Krishna, the man in Krishna consciousness. If economic development and material comforts could drive away one's lamentation for family, social, national and international inempirities, then Arjuna would not have said that even an unrivaled kingdom on earth or supremacy like that of the demigods in the heavenly planets would be unable to drive away his lamentation. He sought therefore refuge in Krishna consciousness, and that is the right path for peace and harmony. Economic development or supremacy over the world can be finished at any moment by the cataclysms of material nature. Even elevation into a higher planetary situation, as men are now seeking on the moon planet, can also be finished at one stroke. The Bhagavad Gita confirms this. Chine punye martya lokam vishanti. When the results of pious activities are finished, one falls down again from the peak of happiness to the lowest status of life. Many politicians of the world have fallen down in that way. Such downfalls only constitute more causes for lamentation. Therefore, if we want to curb lamentation for good, then we have to take shelter of Krishna, as Arjuna is seeking to do. So Arjuna asked Krishna to solve his problem definitely, and that is the way of Krishna consciousness. See, Krishna may say, you don't have a reverential attitude towards me, rather you have a friendly mood. How will I accept you as my disciple? You should take shelter of personalities such as Dvaipayana Vyasa, for whom you have reverential attitude. In anticipation of this, Arjuna is speaking that's what for your question. In anticipation of this, Arjuna is speaking the present shloka beginning with the words Nahi. In the three words, I don't find anyone other than you who can dispel my lamentation. I don't consider even Brahaspati to be more intelligent than you. Therefore, being overwhelmed with grief, whose shelter other than yours can I take? Just as the intense heat of summer season dries up small ponds, similarly this grief is drying up my senses. That's what he is saying. Sri Krishna may also say, despite being overwhelmed with grief, you should still fight. When you win the battle, you will become absorbed in enjoying the pleasure of your kingdom and be freed from this grief. Arjuna therefore replies with expression beginning with avapya. Even if I attain the unrivaled kingdom of the earth or sovereignty over the devatas in Swarga, my senses will remain as dry as they are now. Who is bona fide spiritual masters? Definition and two references. Definition 1. One who is 100% Krishna conscious and one who can solve all problems of life. Supporting references. Chaitanya Charitamrita Kiba Vipra, one who is the master of science of Krishna, is a real spiritual master, not one decided by birth or social order. So he's trying to say, in the Brahmana caste, if someone is born, he is not eligible that he is a 100% Krishna conscious. Even a person who is born in a Shudra family also can become Krishna conscious. Padma Purana, only a Vaishnava can become a bona fide spiritual master. One more. What does it mean to say drying up the senses? It means the senses cannot function anymore. Inner agony, tribulation cannot be mitigated by outer positions. Arjuna is saying that his inner question will not be answered by material answers. He needs spiritual answers. Wrong prescription is wrong in ways even though the medicines written are very powerful and the disease itself is different. You are getting the statement, right? Wrong prescription is wrong in ways even though the medicines written are very powerful and even if the disease itself is different. Right? So Srila Prabhupada is trying to make us understand as strongly, as practically as possible. Okay? Today's problem is we are not contemplating on what we are getting against and what we truly need to be happy. Every success has a parameter. Like for exams in its marks, for wealth its kingdom. In order to truly experience success, we have to redefine our definition of success and happiness. This is the difficult part. మా వాడు ఆస్ట్రేలియా వెళ్ళాడండి, మా వాడు యూకేలో 10 years నుంచి ఉన్నారండి, మా వాడు ఐఐటీలో టాప్ ర్యాంక్లో క్రాక్ చేశాడండి, మా ఆయన కంపెనీలో CEO అండ్ MD అండి. Do you feel these positions will really give happiness? If these positions really give happiness, why a CEO lady in Bengaluru kill her son, month's baby? I don't know whether I think if you are spiritually so much immersed, these are some outer news. One CEO lady killed her baby due to some wrong relation, not good relation with husband.
Is it true?
Yes. Okay? Okay? So today's success parameters are not that.
So what was the baby?
That's a different topic. You can Google it, you can find it out.
I don't know.
Yeah. But there are some things. So that's what we are trying. In order to truly experience the success, we have to redefine our definition of success and happiness. I'm not saying our kids should not study in IIT, IIM. They have to study. But that is not the ultimate goal. That is not the ultimate goal. It is the uncompromising true question from Arjuna which made Lord Krishna speak the highest truth in Bhagavadgita. Today's problem is we like to see Q&A only for entertainment and the questions truly don't belong to us.
In IIT, IIM, you will find masters, but Krishna is the ultimate master. You have to understand what.
Yes. Okay? External answers defeating our intellect make us attracted to speakers, but such answers don't bring any transformation in us. External answers defeating our intellect make us attracted to speakers, but such answers don't bring any transformation in us. God is a spiritual reality with the highest intelligence, which is combined with the obnoxious material which is disturbing your mind, blossoms like a flower. That is God. అర్థమైందేనా? But flowery language is very nice, no? That is God. That's what he's referring to. There are so many speakers outside who are having millions of subscribers in YouTube channels who have intellectual or vak chaturyata, intellectual this thing they have, but don't fall for it. See whether that person is in parampara, disciplinic succession or not. If we are seeking responses according to our senses ability to evaluate them, then we will never get true answers. True answers about God's teachings are beyond our sense perception, as God is beyond our sense perception. Okay, 2.9. Now, coming back, Sanjaya. It's an important shloka. Probably we might end with this. Bhagavadgita 2.9. Let us try to do this together. Sanjaya uvacha evam uktva hrishikesha gurakesha parantapa nayosyari govindam Uktva tusnim babhuva. Now, there is one question I wanted to ask. What is Sanjaya addressing Arjuna and Krishna as here? Gudakesha Arjuna and Rishikesha Krishna. Govindam. Anyway, there are two things. One is Gudakesha and Rishikesha used for Arjuna and Krishna. Now, if we go back, rewind 1.24. 1.24. Let me, since it's difficult to go, I am going here. 1.24. Now, Riyan Prabhu, can you read the shloka once, please? So translation by Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki. Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both the parties. Now the question is, here also he is addressing Krishna and Arjuna as Gudakesha and Rishikesha. And in 2.9 also he is addressing them as the same. Why? Why? Arjuna is in ignorance. Why? You know the meaning of Gudakesha, right? Huh? Gudakesha meaning? Come on. Conquered sleep, or anyone out of ignorance.
Like Lakshmanji.
And anyone who is out of ignorance is also called Gudakesha. Now, but Arjuna is in ignorance, no, right now. Why? But Arjuna is in ignorance, but he is addressed as Gudakesha. Who is not out of, actually Gudakesha means out of ignorance. But Arjuna is in ignorance. Then why Sanjaya is addressing Arjuna as Gudakesha? Because if his Gudakesha is out of ignorance, he should address him as Gudakesha. But here he is in ignorance and is asking all the question, right? Why? Why specifically Krishna, Rishikesha and Arjuna as Gudakesha?
He knows everything.
Sarcasm. Sanjay is sarcasming with Arjuna, huh? No, that is not.
He knows everything, but there is a mist in front of him of emotions.
Hope everyone got the question, right?
Yeah.
He knows, but there is a mist of emotions in front of him.
What are the mist of emotions are there? But due to ignorance only, that mist is there. He is called Gudakesha. He should not, any moment he should not be in ignorance.
I think he knows the other side of Arjun, where he saw his fighting, or that means the kind of his knowledge and his interaction. But here he is into different mode.
No, my question is, why is he addressing Arjuna as Gudakesha here? Because he is in completely ignorant now. He is in ignorance, but why is he addressing him as Gudakesha?
Because he can again conquer it. He is in transit mode, metastable mode, he can again conquer.
Okay.
Yeah. Here he is also addressing Krishna as Rishikesha, which means he is the controller of senses. So Sanjay is saying the senses of Arjuna are controlled by Krishna, that's why he is acting ignorant. Otherwise he is not ignorant.
Last statement once again.
He is ignorant because he is being influenced by Krishna because he is controlling the senses of Arjuna. Otherwise he is not really ignorant. 100%.
That is the answer. Okay. So now we need to understand that. Yes. Haribol. So we need to understand that 1.24 is like a opening bracket. 1.24 is like a opening bracket, and 2.9 is like a closing bracket. Now in this opening bracket and closing bracket, lot of drama happened. Arjuna quoting all the problems and indecision, his confusion, his depression, his fear, everything he conveyed. So this sloka and that sloka are acting like a opening bracket and closing bracket, and between these two brackets all the drama from Arjuna happened. Real concern happened. Now we need to understand why he quoted is Sanjaya, whom is he quoting this shloka to? Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra is since he told that Arjuna is not in his, he is in indecision, he kept the Banam and everything aside. Now he is kind of little bit happy. Happiness, Dhritarashtra is little bit happiness. So he wanted to say, try to understand Dhritarashtra, he is a Godakesha, and with Godakesha, whom it is? Rishikesha. Rishikesha, who controls the senses and who removes the ignorance. So he temporarily kept Arjuna in ignorance. He is the control of the senses of Arjuna also. So he will bring him back and make him to do war. So that's the kind of a signal what he is giving to Dhritarashtra. Don't be that much happy. Eventually, though he is in ignorance, he will be Godakesha again with the influence of Rishikesha, who is Krishna. Situational. Okay. So that's what he is saying. So Krishna is master of all the senses. He has kept him in the temporary illusion which will eventually be cleared. Whatever drama happened will be completely be cleared. So how can a Godakesh fall in ignorance? Only when Hrishikesha wants, he can fall in ignorance. So kindly don't be happy about him being ignorant and he is quitting war. That's a sign what he is trying to give. So probably so that's what I think translation we already seen. Now we need to appreciate the art of Sanskrit language here. Art of Sanskrit language here. That's what we have spoken about. Art of, so single sentence, have a beauty. You know, we have a hidden meanings of a single statement also sometimes. In a shloka, for a single statement, we are having a hidden meanings, not double meanings, but sometimes double meanings also, but hidden meanings. Okay, so that's the beauty of the Sanskrit language. So hidden meanings can be there, which can be deciphered. Godakesha, who can never be conquered by ignorance, appeared to be in ignorance. Now that Rishikesha is in full control of the situation and bring the situation to normalcy in the upcoming shlokas. Okay, that's what he is trying to convey. Purport by his divine grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Dhritarashtra must have been very glad to understand that Arjuna was not going to fight and was instead leaving the battlefield for begging profession. For begging profession. But Sanjaya disappointed him again. Narada Muni, you know, right? Narayana, like that he was disappointing. But Sanjaya disappointed him again in relating that Arjuna was competent to kill his enemies. Parantapa, although Arjuna was for the time being overwhelmed with false grief due to family affection, he surrendered unto Krishna, the supreme spiritual master, as a disciple. This indicated that he would soon be free from the false lamentation resulting from family affection and would be enlightened with perfect knowledge of self-realization or Krishna consciousness and would then surely fight. Thus Dhritarashtra's joy would be frustrated since Arjuna would be enlightened by Krishna and would fight in the end. Okay? Additional examples from Parampara. Purpose of using the word Parantapa, chastiser of enemy. Sanjaya disappoints Dhritarashtra by declaring Arjuna as competent to kill the enemies. Sanjaya informs Dhritarashtra that Arjuna was temporarily overwhelmed but has now surrendered unto Krishna and would soon fight. Three effects of surrender which manifest in Arjuna: enlightenment, freedom from false lamentation, reinstatement in his own duty. Example, Arjuna would surely fight. By calling Krishna Hrishikesha, the master of the senses, Arjuna indicates, for now I am not fighting, but you are the master of my senses. You want me to fight, I will ultimately fight. I will engage my senses in your service, but that is later, not now. There is direct speech and there is indirect speech. In this verse, there is an indirect speech by Sanjaya where it has many more things hidden. Disappointing Dhritarashtra. What is the difference between 1.46 and 2.9? Both places he told he will not fight. In 1.46 also, that is the last shloka in the first chapter, also Arjuna says that I will not fight. In 2.9 also, this shloka he is saying I will not fight. What is the difference? Both places he told he will not fight. Earlier in 1.46 he had come to conclusion based on his understanding. It conveys he does not need any further knowledge. But in 2.8 he surrendered to Lord Krishna and he is saying he will not take any action unless he will not learn his duty from Lord Krishna. Here Arjuna is asking for knowledge. That's the difference between 1.46 and 2.8. Kshatriyas in general in Mahabharata were not devotees. They were more on the platform of karma kanda. Arjuna now wants to go beyond it. More karma kanda. मैं ये करूँगा तो ये सीन आएगा मेरे को, मैं वो करूँगा तो मेरे बड़ी को मैं कैसे करूँगा, and all. Okay. So what is the time now? Exact time? Exact 8. Huh? I'm tempting to close this one also. Huh? Let us make this as the last shloka.
Yes, yes.
Okay, with this will end. Actually, I was tempted to even tell. I mean, 2.11 Krishna actually starts his knowledge.
Yeah, please.
No. I know you are enthusiastic, but tomorrow we are having some other plan also. So 2.10. Let us try to do this together. Tam uvacha Hrishikesha prahasam iva bharata senayor uvayor madhye visidantam idam vachaha. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O descendant of Bharata, at that time, Krishna, smiling in the midst of both the armies, spoke the following words to the grief-stricken Arjuna. Smiling. Krishna smiling. Is this a situation to smile? Huh? Is this a situation to smile? Yes, sir. Who told? You told. Huh? Yes. అంత గొప్పవాడు ఏడుస్తున్నాడు. Can you compare the same smile with any other pastime in the past, not with Krishna, with any other personalities?
No, he is smiling because earlier he was not a decision, now he has come to a decision. But that he is smiling, means he has changed the decision.
Decision from indecision to surrender.
So it has, he smiled for us.
No, for someone is not surrendered, now if he is surrendered, why he has to smile?
Yes, he has changed.
No, he can accept
For a good reason.
Good reason. Okay, fine. I can take that. Now tell me any other example in the history where the similar smiling happened. Not with Krishna only, but even when anything is there, you can tell. Draupadi? And Draupadi? Why? What is the Draupadi was? But that was more like a. This was the different smile. That was not a smile. That was a laugh actually. That was a laugh. It was not a smile.
When Abhimanyu died, Arjuna started crying, so Krishna smiled and laughed at that time.
No. Anyway, I will. No. Long story cut short. Let me. Yeah. Usually, actually, Krishna is ever smiling. Actually, there is no need for him to. But here, in this situation, he specifically smiled. Yeah, I can take that. But I was more looking at similar situation. What happened was Vyasa Muni. Vyasa Muni was also in confusion. Vyasa Muni was also perplexed. Why he was perplexed? Because he wrote Mahabharata. He wrote Vedas through his disciples. He wrote Puranas. He wrote all the things, but he was not happy. He was perplexed. Then Narada comes in front. His spiritual master Narada comes in front of him, and he also smiles. He also smiles, saying that, okay, finally you have come to me to ask for the solution. This is the reason why you are perplexed. Then he writes Bhagavatam he writes. So we need to understand that he will also in the same situation how Arjuna was in this situation. So I am so dissatisfied. What is the reason? So Narada tells about the similar situation. He is also smiling. So look at him. He is in. Then Narada sees it Vyasa Muni and he smiles. Why he smiles? He is a literary incarnation of the Lord. Vyasa Muni is a literary incarnation of the Lord. He is a Shaktyavesha avatar of the Lord Krishna. Shaktyavesha of the Lord Krishna, and he is asking me. He is perplexed. He is asking me. What a comedy. Satyavesha avatar means, Prabhuji, there are different kinds of, there's a separate chapter altogether. There are different types of avatars. Purusha avataras, Shaktyavesha avataras, Leela avataras, Amsha Avataras. Like that, there are different kind of avatars. Purusha Avataras, then there are different examples. So, there's a separate chapter. Already we discussed in who is God in SSR. Yeah. So he laughs and look at him standing in front of him. He is in illusion. So even Krishna also standing in front of me, he is in illusion. He smiles. Standing in front of me, he is in illusion. So, purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki. The talk was going on between intimate friends, namely the Hrishikesha and the Budakesha. As friends, both of them were on the same level, but one of them voluntarily became student of the other. Krishna was smiling because a friend had chosen to become a disciple. As Lord of all, he is always in the superior position as the master of everyone, and yet the Lord agrees to be a friend and son or a lover for a devotee who wants him in such a role. But when he was accepted as a master, he at once assumed the role and talked with me or talked with the disciple like the master, with gravity as it is required. It appears that the talk between the master and the disciple was openly exchanged in the presence of both the armies, so that all were benefited. So the talks of Bhagavad-gita are not for any particular person, society or community, but they are for all, and friends or enemies are equally entitled to hear them.
But I thought like both of them are not aware what the Krishna and Arjuna are speaking. Right?
Everyone was aware of it. Yes.
Because at least we see in the TV that
in movies, serials, it is shown that when Bhagavad Gita is opening, is said, everything is stopped.
Yes.
No, they are listening, Prabhu. And the proof is in the first canto, 9th chapter, I think. Bhishma Dev says when he's in the bed of arrows, he says that you have given Gita to Gudakesha. You have to taught Gita to Gudakesha. So that means Bhishma was also hearing the Bhagavad Gita. When Bhagavad Gita was spoken, yes.
So that means how did the Acharya was also listening
Yes.
because they were
Yes.
in the middle of.
Yes, they were also hearing, yes.
How did they help it is shown that the time of talk that all of them froze?
I didn't get you.
Like
Why did they show in the serial that?
That is wrong.
But
Then what
Bhishma
happened?
Dev was pure devotee of God, right?
No, no.
If he is listening there, he might have changed the sides then.
No, Prabhu. Prabhuji, now he's a pure devotee. He's a Mahajan. Let us not compare Mahajans with souls like us. Okay? But the thing is, yes, they were hearing, Prabhu. Everyone was hearing, and it is shown because again, if the Bhagavad Gita is going on, something is happening in the serial. See, their intention also in the movies and serials might be right. Because something important is there, so everything let us stop.
Prabhuji, where is it mentioned in which scripture that everyone heard?
Everyone?
Heard Bhagavad Gita?
Prabhuji, heard in the sense, Prabhu, it's not that he is telling Bhagavad Gita and everyone was paying attention. They were doing their probably dhal, bhal, everything. They were making it ready. I mean, it is not that.
Only 3 people had the 3 people.
Yeah, this part I know. It's
All are kept as he is Rishikesha. All are other kept or something.
the thing is, the consensus was controlled. They were put in Maya, but we should not say that the time has stopped.
Yes.
Time has stopped. But again, it was in the control of Krishna only. But
Time has stopped per se can be a metaphor, but the intent is everyone is standing, but nobody heard, nobody knew what's happening.
I know it is going to be a disputable question.
Sir, one more thing I am telling you. This is a past thing. It's not what you call live telecast.
It's truly it's not a live telecast. No doubt about it.
Bhagavad Gita is not live
Prabhuji,
telecast.
that point is already clear, Prabhu. The thing is, now Sanjaya is giving the recording to recording to Dhritarashtra. After 10 days of war, after the Bhishma fell, on that day this has spoken. That clarity is there. That
Like when Krishna born, Vasudeva took Krishna.
yes.
To
To
Nanda.
yes.
At that time also time is traveling. I mean,
Yes,
time is happening,
yes.
but everyone is in Maya.
Yes, everyone is Maya. Yes.
Same like happened here also.
Yes.
Is what I know.
Yes. That's what. Now anyway, this particular clarity, time stopped and all. We will clear that air in the next sloka where Krishna starts to speak.
like when people become unconscious and then
They were not. No, they were not unconscious. They were not.
No, I'm not saying they were unconscious.
It's like they're hypnotized. They're there, but they are not seeing or hearing anything.
Yeah. Anyway, more clarity would be provided in the next shloka, where Krishna actually starts to speak.
No. If
2.11.
someone becomes unconscious, 4-5 hours passes and then he becomes conscious. He doesn't know where that. Like he thinks that 2 minutes before I was like this, and now after 2 minutes I'm like this. But 4-5 hours has passed. So this is also like similar. Like they are not unconscious. But the things are made in that way.
Prabhuji, let us park this particular topic for the next shloka, because 2.11 also I am tempting to say to go through 2.11 also, where Krishna starts to speak the knowledge of soul.
Go Prabhuji, till 8:30.
No. Some devotees are going tomorrow to Nizamabad. Early morning they need to go. 5 o'clock they need to go. So I will stop it here. Any questions? Let me stop the recording.